There was once a king so powerful. He ruled the greatest empire on earth, but his heart, hard as stone. That king was Pharaoh, and he refused the one command that echoed from heaven. Let my people go. God sent Moses, not with armies, but with a staff, and the power of God behind him. Plague 1, water turns to blood. Moses stood by the Nile River, raised his staff, and the water turned to blood. Fish died, the river stank. Egypt's lifeline was poison. Pharaoh's magicians tried to do the same. They could mimic it, but they couldn't stop it. Pharaoh turned away. His heart was cold. He would not listen. Plague 2, frogs. Moses warned him again. Let God's people go. Pharaoh refused, so frogs flooded the land. In beds, bowls, ovens, crowds screamed. Pharaoh summoned Moses. Pray to your God, take them away, and I will let the people go. Moses prayed. The frogs died, but Pharaoh hardened his heart. No, he said. Plague 3, gnats without warning. Dust rose into the air and became gnats. They crawled into ears, eyes, clothing, biting and stinging. Pharaoh's magicians panicked. This is the finger of God, they cried. But Pharaoh clenched his jaw and said nothing. He would not give in. Plague 4, flies. Moses returned. Let God's people go, or the land will be filled with flies. Pharaoh laughed. The next morning, Egypt swarmed. Flies in their eyes, their food, their throats. But in Goshen, where God's people lived, not a single fly buzzed. Pharaoh cried out, Pray to your God, I will let them go. Moses prayed. The flies vanished. But Pharaoh broke his promise. Again. Plague 5, death of livestock. Moses warned, if you do not let them go, Egypt's animals will die. Pharaoh still refused. The next day, the sound of death filled the fields. Cows, donkeys, camels, all dead. But Israel's animals were untouched. Pharaoh sent men to investigate. They returned in shock. Not one Israelite animal had died. Still, Pharaoh said no. Before you go on with the other plagues, kindly subscribe to this channel, like and share the video with your friends. Plague 6, boils. Then Moses took ashes and threw them into the air. Boils broke out on every Egyptian, from slaves to Pharaoh's magicians. They couldn't even stand before Moses. But Pharaoh, he clenched his fists in silence. He would not listen. He would not change. Plague 7, hail and fire. Moses warned Pharaoh again, let God's people go, or hail will fall like never before. Pharaoh ignored him. Thunder roared, hail rained down, flames streaked the sky. Egypt's crops and trees were shattered. Pharaoh screamed, I have sinned. This time I will let your people go. Just make it stop. Moses prayed. The storm ended, but Pharaoh's heart still hardened. Plague 8, locusts. Moses warned, let God's people go, or locusts will cover the land. Pharaoh's own officials begged him, please, Egypt is ruined. But Pharaoh refused, so locusts swept in like a black cloud, eating every plant, every fruit, every green thing left. Pharaoh cried, I have sinned. Forgive me, Moses prayed. But once the locusts were gone, Pharaoh lied again. Plague 9, darkness. Then without warning, darkness fell. Thick, heavy. For 3 days, no one in Egypt could see. No one moved. But in the homes of the Israelites, there was light. Pharaoh called Moses. Go, but leave your animals behind. Moses refused. We must go with everything. God commands it. Pharaoh erupted in rage. Leave my presence. The next time I see you, you will die. Plague 10, death of the firstborn. Moses gave one final message. At midnight, the firstborn of every Egyptian household will die, from Pharaoh's palace to the slave's home. But those under the blood of the Lamb will be spared. That night it happened. Cries filled the land, from the king's throne to the prisoner's bed. Pharaoh's own son, gone. He called for Moses in the darkness, his voice broken, his power shattered. Go, he said, take your people and leave. And just like that, God's people, after 400 years, were free. But Pharaoh's story, it wasn't over yet. What's your thought on this story?